Okay, and so in last class we discussed about data provider. Okay, what is mean by data provider? Anybody? Data provider means
Then we need to
Execute
execute
a
the
program with
program
multiple input
at
test
runtime.
data.
yes. So
We
the
have
concept of data provider is the data it is providing to the test. Okay, so and your test will be executed multiple times for different sets of input data. Okay, that's what we understood. So let's recap yesterday's session just for 5 minutes. After that, we will continue the today's topic. So yesterday I have taken the parameterization program, this one, right? So this is the program. So if I will use global variables, my program will be executed only once. Okay. But if I want to execute the same program multiple times, so I'm copying this program and in the same package, I am doing paste. Okay. So what is the first step I have to do in data provider? Anybody? I have to copy the data provider syntax.
syntax.
Okay, let me copy the data provider syntax. Control C, and I'm going back and control V. So data provider syntax I have copied and pasted. Okay, this is step 1 is completed. And step 2, what I need to do?
Connect the test to
Connect with the data provider.
data provider.
So I have to write data provider
Data
is equal.
provider equals to name.
So what is the data provider name? Orange2. So whatever name I have given, I have to give this name. So the test will be connected with the data provider. And in step 3, I have to declare all these global variables
at
method level. Okay, so copy. See how simple I'm doing. Okay, so this is very, very simple concept. And I have to use skill name and skill description. So step 3 is completed. So now I don't want to use these global variables. I'm making in comments. So these lines of code, it won't be executed. Right. So my test is getting input data from the data provider, and this at the rate test is executing for the first set of input data and for the second set of input data and for the third set of input data. So you have to specify how many number of rows and how many number of columns. So if anybody will ask how do you declare an object array into a data provider, you have to write like this, and you have to specify the data of 0 0 like this. You have to specify the data provider syntax. Okay, so let me save this program. Okay, something is happening. ఎక్కడ పెట్టాను? Okay, password button. Okay, right. Okay, let me run this program. Okay, so let me close this program. Yes. So first iteration completed. Second iteration, your @test is getting input values from the data provider for second set of input data. So for third set of input data also we got, and your program executed 3 times. See, your data provider skill test was executed with these many iterations, Java 20, Java 21, and Java 22. So like that, all the 3 times your skill test is passed and you are able to so all the iterations got completed successfully. So just you have to copy the data provider syntax, and you have to connect with the data provider, and you have to declare all the global variables at the method level. That's it. Okay, so this is what we discussed, and I'm copying the same program. This is the data provider syntax, and I'm pasting here. Okay, so yesterday I told you there are 2 approaches to implement the data provider. Okay, so I'm removing, this is the data provider syntax I'm removing now. So what is the other approach? That let me copy the data provider syntax from other program. So I'm going back to my day 5 data provider lab 1. Okay, so this is the Orange HRM data provider lab 1. So let me copy this syntax, Control C, and I'm going back to here. This is also a data provider syntax only. Okay, so here I specified 1 second. Okay, okay, so here I specified my data provider, and my data provider name is Orange HRM Orange 1, and the first one is test URL, username and password, and skill name and skill description. Okay, skill name and skill description I have to give. So let me give that one, Java 51, and skill description. So like this I have given. So 52. So you can also declare your object array like this also. Okay, so the data provider object array which contains all this information, this is the other way of writing of data provider syntax. Okay, you can follow any of the approach, but in the interviews if people are asking, so whatever I told you, that is the approach only most of the people will know. So you have to declare an object array. If anybody will ask in the interviews, you have to write this syntax only, because most of the people will know this is the only syntax people will know. But there is other way also, you can write the data provider syntax. Even you can write syntax like this also. Okay, so most of the people not aware we can write syntax like this also. Okay, so we can, so I have declared all my program, and let me execute my program. Orange HRM 6, right? Okay, where is that package? Day underscore 31. Okay, so here it contains, so I have to execute this program. Let me do run as. So remaining all steps are common. Okay, connecting with the data provider, providing. So those steps are common. So just I change the data provider syntax. That's it only. So first iteration completed. So second iteration was started. Okay, that's it on the data provider part. So we have completed lab number 5. Okay, so the data provider, we can declare syntax in 2 ways. This is one way, and the another one is by using an object array, we can initialize number of rows and columns, and we can store the input values. So these are the 2 ways. So these are the standard labs on lab 5. Okay, so right. So now I am going back to lab number 6. Okay, day 6, TestNG data provider lab 2. Okay. Okay, right. So this is the same program I'm copying and I'm pasting here. Add skills underscore Excel. I mentioned. Okay, add skills underscore Excel. I specified. 1 second. Where is that? Okay, let me copy that. So I have taken program the data provider one. So I'm removing this is the data provider syntax. So I'm going to so in this one in lab number 6, okay, in data provider lab number 6, what I'm going to explain is you are going to specify your input data in the Excel, and you are going to fetch input data from the Excel. So for okay, 1 second. Hello, can you please go on mute? I'm getting disturbance lot of Rajesh. Okay, so far in all the programs what we have discussed, so you are declaring your input data through global variables, or you are specifying your input data in the data provider. Okay, but in real time people will specify the input data in the Excel. Okay, not in the Java program, not in the TestNG program. We won't declare any of the data in the Java programs. We will declare our input data in the Excel file only. So that is the concept I'm explaining. And while executing the program, the data will be fetched from the Excel. Okay, so how I am going to fetch input data from the Excel, I'm going to tell you that part. So I'm going to lab number 6, TestNG data provider lab 2. So I'm clicking on this first program and I'm copying the data provider syntax, Control C, and I'm going back to, and I'm specifying here. Okay, so this is the data provider syntax I copied to fetch input data from the Excel. So here I specified my input data, that I'm fetching input data. See, this is the syntax I have written. So here I specified in the double quotations, I specified where I am fetching input data. So in C drive, I'm having a folder name as HTML report folder, which contains Orange HRM6 folder. There I contains TC01 nationality1.xlsx. Okay, so let me go to C drive, HTML report folder, and after that Orange HRM6. And so my test is TC01 add skills. So I have to check the input Excel files related to TC01 add skills, not nationalities. Okay, see this one, TC01 underscore skills underscore 13. Okay, let me open this Excel. Not this one. 1 second. Skills. Right. TC01 underscore skills underscore. Okay, 1 second. What is that name? TC01 underscore skills 78. So I'm selecting this Excel, Control C. So in C drive under HTML report, I want to connect this Excel sheet. So TC01 underscore skills 78 and I have to traverse sheet 1. So in sheet 1, my input data is present. Okay. So I specified in parameters. So you can specify column headers, whatever you want. So here my Excel contains, this is the input parameters, and this is the data which contains. Okay. All this data, it will be loaded into like object of data of 00, data of 01, data of 02, data of 03, and data of 04. And this one, it will be stored data of 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4. So like that, your data will be stored into an object array. Okay. So into this, object array, into this. So this is an data provider object array. So EAT dot. So here I mentioned Excel API test 4 EAT is equal to new Excel API test 4. So I have to explain what is this one. So here in this one, I'm having a class name as Excel util. So this is a package name, okay, which contains Excel API test 4. This is the class which contains. So if I want to import this Excel API test 4, in the import statements, what I have written, import package name dot Excel API test 4. Okay. After that, you can, if the Excel API test 4 contains some static methods, how can we call Excel API test 4 dot method name? Okay. If it contains non-static method, I have to create object. See, like this, I have to create an object. Excel API test 4 EAT is equal to new Excel API test 4 and EAT dot. So there is a method, get table array method. So I have to specify the Excel file path and sheet name, so that all data it will come and it will fetch and it will load into this object array. Okay. So like that, I have used some supporting class files. So Excel util class files. These are the Excel util class files which was developed by myself. Okay. So regarding Excel operations and how this get table array method is working, those topics we can discuss in lab number 25. Okay. So in the beginning of the classes, how you have to fetch the input data and what are the methods that you need to refer. So just I'm telling here, that's it on. So I mentioned Excel file path and sheet name. So I'm saving my program, and here I'm giving my data provider name as TC01 add skills. Okay. And I want to connect with my data provider. So I'm going back to, I'm changing here, and I'm saving my program. Let me run this program. Okay. So my program is add skills Excel. So this time your program will be executed 2 times. So Java 20 and Java 21. Okay, let's see that part. I think those records has been already created. So I have to give new test data. Okay. That's it. Your test. So your data provider fetching input data. So whenever you want to fetch input data from the Excel, simply you can copy, you can refer lab number 6 and copy and paste the data provider syntax, and you have to specify the Excel file path. Okay, TC01 underscore skill 78, which contains Excel file path, and make sure the correct sheet name, so that in sheet 1 it contains all this information. So all this data is storing into your object array, and your test is executing those many times. Clear to everyone? So what is the steps I have done means, so I have to, to fetch input data from the Excel, I have used import Excel util. Okay, I have used import Excel util package name, and which contains Excel API test 4 class. So after